أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Hopefully everyone is doing fine. We will do this video very quickly because this is going to be a very long video, but don't worry, don't skip and don't run, because you will find all the rules in one place. Don't have to go and search here and there for all the rules, inshallah. Okay, so what are we going to discuss? We are going to discuss about rules of the letter Ra. Okay, so Ra, is it heavy or light? In Arabic you have light and heavy letters, right? So light letters are those where you're smiling and you're reading a, ba, ta, tha, etc. And you have heavy letters also, which are like ta, sa, va. Yes, where does this Ra belong? Ra, when I'm asking you, it is sounding heavy, but when you give certain symbols, when in certain situations, it is also light. Okay, so it changes, it is heavy and light depending on many things. So what are those things we are going to discuss, inshallah. Okay, so what are the basic things? Basic thing is, whenever you have got Ra and fatha on it, this is heavy. Whenever you have Ra with a dhamma, then it is heavy again, but when you have Ra with a kasra, it is light. Okay, now comes the lightness. The Ra with fatha dhamma, it is heavy. Ra with kasra, it is light. It is the same for the family of fatha and dhamma. Fatha, dhamma and kasra. Family of fatha matlab, do they have children, mom, dad? No, I meant was like standing fatha, inverted dhamma, or standing fatha with shadda, fatha with shadda, etc. Okay, it is the same, they are all heavy. And here, when you have got Ra with kasra, Ra with standing kasra, Ra with shadda, and that is having kasra, Ra mushaddad with standing kasra, everything is light. So basically, dhamma, fatha, heaviness dega Ra ko. When you have Ra kasra, it is light. Okay, now that's one thing done, alhamdulillah. Second thing is, when you have Ra sukun, what do? So on its own, Ra has got Ra sakin has got no heaviness, on like no lightness, anything so far. So what do you do then? You have got to go backwards, or then you have got to check what symbol is there, which letter is there. As of now, we don't care what symbol is there. If you have got fatha dhamma, you know the drill, it is going to be heavy. If it is having kasra, then it is light. Or the family of fatha and dhamma, it is heavy, and the family of kasra, it is going to be light. Okay, so what are the examples as of now? Let us just take it down. So when you have Ra with fatha, okay, so this is going to be heavy, right? So in this example, how do you read this? You don't read it as alam tara kaifa. Rather, you must read it heavily. Alam tara kaifa. Okay, good, alhamdulillah. What happens when you have dhamma? This is also heavy, right? So in this example, you don't read it as uruban. No, you must read it heavily. Uruban. Alhamdulillah. In the next example, well, Ra is having sakin. Kasra. How do you read? You read it lightly. So the next one, Dari. You are not reading it as Dari. Yeah, Rui you're not doing. This is light, alhamdulillah. Okay. What was the next thing we just learned? When you have Ra sukun, what do? Yes, you go backwards and you check the symbol. If you have fatha, dhamma, heavy. If you have kasra, it is light, right? So let us take this example where the previous letter is heavy. Okay, so al-arsh. You will not read as al-arsh. Ain is having fatha, so you will read it heavily. Okay, what about this example? When you have dhamma, again it is heavy, so you will read it as al-Qur'anu. You will not read as al-Qur'anu, not lightly. Qur'anu. Okay, what about this one? Ra sakin. having kasra to its previous letter. So in this example, how do you read? You will not read it as fir'auna, rather you will go lightly and read it as fir'auna, fir'auna. Alhamdulillah. So far so good. Now let us take few more examples. If you have got ra sukun, what do? Yes, very smart of you, mashallah. You go and check what is there on its previous letter, what symbol is there. Consider here also you have got sukun. Now what do? You don't scratch your head. You go back. You check what symbol is there here. Again, you know the story. If you have got fatha and dhamma here, it is heavy. If you have got kasra, it is light. What are the examples? Let us take example for ra sakin that has got a sukun and a fatha to this letter. Okay, here is hashra, yes, ha, sheen and ra, ha, sheen, ra. How are you going to read? You are going to read it heavily, hashra. The same thing if you want to read it with a dhamma. So ra sukun is there. Here also you have a sukun. Here you have a dhamma. So example, this one, shukr. You will not read it as shukri. You will not read it in this way. Okay, alhamdulillah. Next one, what if you have got kasra here? How are you going to read? Yes, you will read it lightly. So look at this example, hijr. It is light, right? Hijr. You will not read it as hijro. Yes, you will not do that. Hijr. Alhamdulillah. So far so good. What did you learn? A quick revision please. Ra fatha, ra dhamma, ra standing fatha, ra inverted dhamma, ra tashdid with fatha dhamma. Everything is heavy. Ra kasra, ra standing kasra, ra mushadda, that is having kasra. Everything is light. When you have ra sakin, you see the previous letter. If you have fatha dhamma, then it is heavy. If you have got ra sakin and the previous letter is having kasra, then it is light. Oof. Then when you have ra sakin and the previous letter is also having sukun, you go back again an extra mile and you check here. When you have fatha dhamma, it is heavy. When you have ra sakin and the previous letter is also having sakin, and you go back again and when you check you have a kasra, it is light. Alhamdulillah. So much work you did. Alhamdulillah. Hopefully this much is understood, but it is not done. Have patience. Inna Allah ma'as sabirin. Let us go and learn few more. Take care, inshallah. Okay, so here is one more. Ra sakin and the previous letter you have got to check, and it is a sakin letter. So wait, let me do something crazy now. When you have ya sakin, okay, only ya sakin, not any other letters, this you must not go backward, forward, anywhere. When you have ya sakin, it is always light. Okay, always light. For example, this ra sakin and you have a ya sakin, you will not read this letter as khayr. Yes, according to what we just learned, what do? You see ra sakin is there, then you have ya sakin. So since sukun is there, you go back again and you see the fatha on kha, right? But no, when you have ya sakin, pause. You don't go and check what symbol is there on the previous letter at all. You just go forward and aram se you put a light ra. Khair, qadir. Yes, everything is light. When you have ya sakin, don't think too much. You just read it lightly. Alhamdulillah. Now that was one contradiction to what we just read. But what is the thing you should always remember? If ya sakin is there, only then. Okay, if ya sakin is not there, no, you should go back here and you must check what symbol is there. Okay, alhamdulillah. Now the next one more contradiction to what I just taught you. So you have ra sakin and the previous letter is having kasra. So what do? Yes, you always read it lightly. Yes, you must do that, but there is one more exception. What is the exception? you must also check what letter is there. If you have any heavy letter, that means what are the heavy letters? Sad, ta, da, kha, any letter comes, what do? You read this heavily. Oh, it was light, it was supposed to be light, but you are going to read it heavily because of this heavy letter. This raw will not think about the past, it is going to look forward in the future. So whatever is there here, it will follow. Not many examples are there, but this is the one. देखो. So what were you supposed to do? So you had raw sakin, so you would go and you find this kasra and you would have just read it as mir soda. But what is the other rule you must take care? After checking this, you must also come and check, do you have a heavy letter there? Yes, if you do have a heavy letter, then raw should be read heavily. Mir soda. Alhamdulillah. Okay, what are the other letters? Okay, here you have Misr. By the way, Misr, you can read it heavy and light both. Alhamdulillah. But what are you going to do? Misr. Okay, so this is the one. Misr, Firq, Qitr. What are you going to do? These are the three exceptional cases where you can read however you want. Okay, after Mirsada, where you have to read it heavily, these are the three cases where you can read heavily, you can read lightly, no problem at all. Alhamdulillah, hopefully you have understood this much. Is the video over? No, there is one last. Okay, Alhamdulillah, after that everything is over, you can go. What is the rule when you have hamzatul wasl? Now what is wasl? In some symbols in Quran you will have this kind of a symbol and you'll be easily understood that is hamzatul wasl. In Urdu Quran you will not have any symbol. This is like empty alif, always coming in like in the starting of the word. It is empty. Okay, sometimes you have no alladina, like this alladina, you will automatically put there, right? It is not illadina or ulladina, you will put alladina. So this empty alif is called as hamzatul wasl. Now whenever you have got raw sakin, you go backward and you check the symbols and all the stuff, right? But what if you have this empty alif? When you have this hamzatul wasl, you don't have a symbol there, and automatically you do put there after certain rules and regulation. You can check out the other videos like hamzatul khat and hamzatul wasl videos to find out how the symbol you will get there. So if you get the symbol there, are you going to read it lightly now? No. The raw that is accompanied by a hamzatul wasl, the empty alif, will be always heavy no matter what it is going to get, even if it is going to get kasra. Okay, so initially it was empty, so if raw sakin is there with an empty alif, then you must always read it in a heavy manner. So example, limanir tada or limanir tada. Yes, the heaviness should be there. Why? Observe, for the alif you don't have any symbol, that is hamzatul wasl, so you will not read it lightly. The raw sakin which is having hamzatul wasl paired to it, you will always read it heavily. Okay, alhamdulillah, hopefully you have understood everything. Just for a moment you can just pause and you can take a look and you can answer. Raw with fatha, heavy. Raw with dhamma, heavy. Raw with kasra, light. Okay, raw with sukoon, and here you have fatha dhamma, it is heavy. Raw with sukoon, the previous letter is having kasra, then it is light. Raw with sukoon, the previous letter is also having sukoon, you go back and you check, you have fatha dhamma, it is heavy. Whenever you have got kasra, it is light. You have raw sukoon, the previous letter is also having sukoon, but it is ya sakin, so it is always light. When you have raw sakin and the previous letter is having kasra, it was supposed to be light, but when you have a heavy letter after this, you have got to read it heavily. You also have got few exceptional words like qitr, misr, firqa, where heavy, light, whatever you read, that's okay, it's all up to you, alhamdulillah. Then the last rule was when you have ra sakin accompanied by hamzatul wasl, the empty alif, then you will read it always in a heavy manner. Okay, alhamdulillah. Okay, right, that was almost like 15 minutes there. We'll just meet in the next class. Please share these videos, it is going to be very helpful for others and you will get the same measure as if you taught them. Yeah, please take care of yourself. We'll meet very soon inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.